Hello everyone and welcome to our first installment of Distance Learning for Art. So today what we're going to be working on is using recycled materials such as things like envelopes, pasta boxes, and ink cartons in order to make something that's of value, something that where we use these materials to make something that we're proud of. So what I'm going to be focusing on to make for this are some strategies to help keep you safe while you're working with recycled materials, and also something that you can actually use to kind of organize your space. I don't know about you guys, but I have been struggling. I've got supplies all over the place. I've got pencils rolling off the table. Sometimes my cat jumps up and is knocking stuff off, so I needed a safe space to keep my things. So for the purpose of this, I'm going to be using a pasta box to make a box to hold a lot of my supplies. But the first thing that I'm actually going to be using is a water bottle. And this water bottle is going to become kind of a pencil holder. So because of this, the first thing that I want to do is make sure that I've rinsed it out, that I've washed my hands, washed the mouthpiece, and that I'm not going to cross-contaminate with anything. And then I'm going to take off the label. And I'm actually going to keep this label because this label is a perfect circumference around the bottle, so I know how long I need to make an outside if I want to make the outside decorated. So I'm going to keep this and put it off to the side. And then I'm going to take a pencil. And for me, a pencil is the longest thing that I'm going to house inside of this container. So I want to make sure that I'm making the height of my pencil holder at least 3/4, so 3/4, so 3/4 of the way up my pencil. So if I divided this in half, and then divided that in half again, that is about 3/4 of my pencil. So I'm going to take a marker, and I'm going to just do a little mark. It doesn't have to be perfect. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a mark all the way around. So this is a water-based marker, so it will wind up rubbing off. So I'm just trying to make a line going all the way around my water bottle. And I'm doing this to make sure that I don't have really weird wobbly edges, unless you want that, unless you want to have a design. Okay, so you might need a parent to help you with this, but what we're going to do is we're actually going to open up our scissors, we're going to keep our hands away, and we're just going to poke directly into the water bottle. You can, if that doesn't work, you can actually squeeze the water bottle, just like this, and do a little snip. Just like that. So once you've gotten that snip, and again, you might need a little bit of parents' help since my scissors aren't great. So I've got it started just a little bit, and once you get it started, you can actually put your scissors, making loud popping noises here, put your scissors inside and start cutting. So again, make sure your hands are out of the way and stay on this line. Again, if you need a parent help doing this, ask for it. So, following along my line, all the way around my bottle. Alright, so there are some really cool ideas out there on the internet where you can actually put soil inside of this and water at the bottom and grow your own plants just like that. So for those of you who are interested in doing something like that, that's totally fine. But for the purpose of the demonstration, I am going to throw this in the recycling. Okay. So what I have now are very rough edges. These are sharp, they can hurt you. So what I'm going to do first is I'm actually going to put a piece of tape around it. If you want to, you can work on with a pair of scissors to kind of smooth some of these edges out. But I'm just going to make my life easy and use some tape. So, wrapping it around the whole container, just like that. And I'm not going to just push this directly in. I'm going to do these little things called relief cuts. For those of you who've made three-dimensional sculptures with me before, you know what these little relief cuts are. So because it's a round surface, you need to do these cuts so that you can actually fold the tape back inside and not have it be all wrinkled and weird. So keep going all the way around. There we go. So it looks like I have little fringy bits. And I'm just going to push those in. And it allows for a very nice, smooth edge as that tape wraps around. And I'm just wrapping each piece individually, giving it its own time and attention. There we go. Okay, so now I'm going around, making sure I've pressed all that tape back on. If you don't have tape, you can also dip it in some glue and let the glue dry a little bit. Okay, so before I move on, check and make sure it works. It's the height that I want it to be, and I'm ready to keep going. So now I have this piece of paper that we kept. I'm going to put my container off to the side, and I can use some of my recycled materials. So I found this really nice envelope that came today, or a couple days ago, and I'm going to use it. I'm going to say, you know, this is very similar to the size that I need, just as it is. It's a little bit short. I can test it here and say, you know, or see for myself if it's too short or if I'm actually okay with having that space in the back. And personally, I really like this color, so I'm okay having that space in the back. Another option, if you're not okay having that space in the back, is so to get the information out of this envelope, I cut it here, but I can actually cut along one of the seams here, and then cut down along the back, and when I open this, the envelope is going to be double the size of before. So now, if I measure this again, measure twice, cut once, if I measure this again, right there to that seam is the right size that I need. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so take this, cut straight down, put this in the recycling. I no longer need this paper as my measurement, and I'm ready to go. So, wrapping it around. Again, I still have a little gap there, but I'm fine with it. You guys make your choices. Or I could use an extra piece of that paper and put it on top. And then I could, so depending on supplies that you have, you could tape, you could glue, you could, I don't recommend stapling, but let's talk about the tape. So say, for instance, you don't want to have this edge, you don't want to see the tape. What you can do is you can actually roll your tape. So I'm using masking tape, so my tape's a little bit thicker than yours, but you can actually take it and measure its length by placing it on top, put it down, roll it, and there we go. Other options are if you have regular size tape, you just roll it like this. So you take the sticky part and you roll it back so that it's touching the unsticky part. And then I'm going to put it really close to the edge because I don't want that edge to unravel. And I'm going to do it over here too. And I'm going to again take that sticky part. I'm going to roll it back onto the unsticky part. I'm measuring, it's a little too big, so I'm going to cut it. And then stick it down really close to that edge. And then finally I'm going to do that bottom part. So this is going to become the outside cover of my pencil holder. And then I'll just kind of tuck that back in. Now I'm going to take it and wrap it neatly around. If you don't want to do the tape rolls, you don't have to do the tape rolls. You can just tape it on, put a piece of tape right across. No worries. I've got a piece sticking up here. I can actually just take one of my extra pieces of tape roll that I've got right here and stick that back on. So I could decorate this from here. I could use pencils, pens, markers, whatever I have around me. I could use other pieces of cut paper and do a collage on top of this, or just simply write my name on it. So this now becomes my supply holder and the ever popular eraser. Alright, my friends, I hope you enjoyed learning a little bit about how to make a container to keep your supplies safe. The next one I'm going to show you how to make a box using a pasta box to hold your supplies. Have a great one.